Here I am over explaining to you again. Maybe I should do it in your own language. You said you know how to speak this one. Apparently you do not. So I'm going to make it simple for you. I'm not speaking bilingual over this, making a statement for which something you can read and you know you should be doing the simplest thing. You are the most tedious individual I have ever came across while grasping for power, all the while tearing down everyone else and convincing them to be fools. You've already been told the simplest thing to do, but we keep examining you in a way that you don't seem to be aware of. I am aware of all the ways that people examine me, but there you are doing that thing and you don't stop, and you keep messing yourself over and messing other people over. Let me ask you something. Are you on a death wish at the age of 30? The rest of us are not. We have very important things to take care of while you keep doing stupid things like stand up in the middle of master degrees without your shirt on and tell all of us that you're a 10 out of 10. Continue to play mind games where you think you have other people convinced of being where they shouldn't be. Pulling your little boy in, and you did. Well, he's not a little boy. How old is he? He's old. But he basically is a little boy. He's a little boy. He's 40 years old and he's a little boy. And then you convince him to do stupid things. It's definitely not me. I sit and spoke to people with master degrees and such. I'm dealing with real sciences and very important things. I have an international group of associates that I care about, and we all came together and cared about something. I kept myself very down and out and didn't raise my ego or my pride. I'm just speaking power to truth of things that need to be handled. You remind me of her. And my female friends told me that she was very tedious too, but you're a man. And you're also very tedious. And my female counterparts say, you're very tedious. You're like a little child, but you're 40 some years old. You want to be cute and fun and gossip and spin things, and you worry about what other people think, and you worry about what other people feel, and you do all the stupidest things, and then you're ready to toss children in volcanoes, and then you're ready to uplift criminals because, well, that's a better love story than science and truth. You are an embarrassment to me. You're an embarrassment to them. You're an embarrassment to a large group of people that came together to do good, not only to the most of you, but also to the least. You are an absolute embarrassment because your discernment is completely lost. You know, for example, when you made the discernment playing on toys and decided to take away someone's rights because it didn't fit inside your moral compass of, well, you have no discernment, because if you had the mathematical discernment or the capability to run, I don't know, nuclear power plants or very important things for which 90% of the population will never do, and they don't care. You want to know when they care? They care when it blows up and it chars them, and they're not happy anymore, and they're not playing with their friends, and they don't get to go eat at their favorite places, and they're all hideous and in pain. That's when they care. See, my job is I have to care about those things before it happens. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I have to care about those things before they happen so it doesn't happen. And then I have to listen to a bunch of sadists or a bunch of opinionated people who come in and say, why? And they just keep going. That's great. I'll let you come in, and then when it blows up and it chars everyone, I'll say you're responsible for it, since you wanted to play. And you couldn't do the most simplest things. So here I am making another video because you are a very tedious individual, just like her. And remember that debate we had, and then my female friends on my round table said, now we get it. So my female friends, they're very smart. They have master degrees. They run some big stuff. They have been for a very long time. Very intelligent. And then I have some men, they're the same way too. Do you get it now? I get it. And I'm telling you, I have an education unlike most people do. I don't find it offensive. I shouldn't have to over-explain it. You should be able to do the very simplest things. For example, if I put you in front of a place and I say, that's a chair, you're like, if it's a chair, you say it's a chair. Or whatever word that you want to use that sounds familiar to it, but the chair is still chair. So this shall not pass, it shall not go, and we have some very important things to do while your focus is someplace else and you think you're able to do whatever you want and you're worried about what someone else is doing. You're not even doing the simplest thing. You're too busy looking at what everyone else is doing. You know what disturbs me the most? I think, what if my child had suffered injustice and they have someone like you doing all the things you're doing? Which is why I'm very focused on you. Or much less the other people. They're complete strangers to me, but I'm intelligent enough to focus on the thing that matters. So I'm waiting and they're waiting, but let's have an open discussion and everybody sit around and talk, because that's what everybody loves to do these days. They're transhuman with their brains on the internet, and everyone wants to talk and take pictures and selfies and be cool and have friends and rack up those views. I don't. I have very important things to take care of, and I like to live simply, and I like to make sure those things are intact for myself and everyone else.